Hello, I want to do a vlog today just talking about my food blog and how it's just led me on an adventure tonight. Like, I got an extra adventure because I did a food blog. Um, Basically, and it's like, okay, so at the start of I've been posting pictures of food, like, because the thing that I love to do is like, oh, I can't even talk about anything without setting it up. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I started taking photos of food because I like food and I want to, when I eat something yummy, I want my friends to know where it is, or, just sometimes I post up food and people comment on it and stuff. We have a little talk about it and things like that. And because of that, people have been recommending me other places and then I go check them out. So it's all been great. I love it. And then at the start of this year, Susie and Rebecca Clark, both separately, on the same week, they told me, oh, you should make a food blog because I totally read it. Like, I always want to know, like, where you've been up to, or like, where's Twin been eating these days, And so then I decided to make a food blog. And so to cut a long story short, I decided, damn it, I'm gonna get a domain on the internet. It's www.tuaneats, THUANEATS.com, and so that's where I post my food blog. So basically similar to stuff that I post on Facebook, but basically on the food blog I can make it longer and stuff and have more photos and things. So that's what I've been doing this year, and so that was fun in itself, making a website, having my own domain that I came up with. And then about a month or two ago, I can't remember when, but Sarah Cooper tagged me in a post on Facebook from the Little Ramen Bar. The Little Ramen Bar is this ramen place that is quite yummy, and Amanda Walters actually recommended it to me about 1 or 2 years ago, and I went there and it was really yummy and stuff like that. And so they were running this food blog event, and they had a post on Facebook saying, if you're a food blogger, write a short little comment about what your food blog is, what you like about food blogging, what's it all about and stuff like that. And then we're going to choose a few people to attend a food blogging night in August, and Sarah tagged me in it, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I like writing food, but I'm not like I don't feel like a food blogger, like, official or anything like that. So I just wrote what exactly honestly what I did. I go, here's my food blog, twineats.com. I love food. I love taking pictures of food. I like going on adventures, checking out places. Especially I love places that have like you can tell that they love the food and put a lot of love into it. And like the adventures I have with food and stuff. I said something like that, pretty short. And then a few weeks later, I got a message back saying, you have been selected to attend the Food Bloggers Night. Congratulations. I was like, oh, I was like, whoa, that's so cool. It's like so official. Like, I'm going to a food blogger night. So does that make me officially a food blogger? I am a food blogger, but I don't know. Like, it just doesn't feel like I'm officially a food blogger. But so tonight was the night. I went there, and I was kind of like halfway distracted before the night too, because I was catching Pokemon. I finished work, I went to somewhere, and then I went to the city, and I had like an hour, but in the meantime I was busy trying to catch Moltres, this legendary firebird. And so by the time I finished trying to catch him, I went back and just arrived at 8 o'clock, just in time for the event to start. And I'll talk you through the whole event, because that's the point of this blog, just as a memory of this really, really cool night that just came out of nowhere and would not have happened had I not done this food blog. It wouldn't have happened. I thought about it. Like, I mean, Sarah wouldn't have tagged me in this thing if I had not made this website to make a food blog. I mean, I could have done it on Instagram, but I wanted to do one on a web page just to learn how to make a web page. And so that my Instagram was separate from, because I can't imagine having two Instagram accounts. I thought it might be a little clunky as well, because I like my Instagram for my drawings and all this other stuff I do too. Anyways, so what was I talking about? So I rocked up at 8 o'clock. I don't know, I just felt like I don't know why I need to tell you this, but before I went on, I cleared out all the photos in my phone, just in case, like the old ones and stuff, just in case I need to take a lot of photos. But I don't know how many hundreds of photos I was expecting to take. But anyways, I walked in there and I saw the sign on the side. I'll show you. We can do this chronologically in a way. So this thing says, tonight we have a private function as we will take our last order at 7:30. Thank you. LRB. I don't know what that means. So that's a little ramen bar. Okay. Okay, so, and then I went inside, and then I just walked inside. There was people sitting at some tables, and then I go to the waitress. Is this? No, actually, oh, I've still got it on me. I can't believe I've got it on me. So they had my name written down, and I stuck it on me. So that was my tag on the night, and so I sat down and just started talking to people, and it was amazing. Like, it felt like it would be so easy to talk to anyone in that room, like, because I just could feel it. Like, you know how like it's like you're in a barrel of firecrackers, and all it would take is just a little bit of light, and it just all blow up. It was like that. Like, there was like 10 people there already, and I was sitting on the end, and then some other people joined me on that side. It just, like, I couldn't talk to everybody, so I just talked to the people close to me, but it just felt like whoever I talked to, it'd be so easy to talk to them, because they have such similar interests to me, like, passionate about food, love taking photos about food, love talking about food, and just excited about food, really. I mean, it was such a good vibe that night. It was crazy. So, like, the guy who was, I'll talk about, so immediately, as soon as I started taking photos of the drinks, the girl next to me, Vala, she put her drink down and she took photos of it, and just watching her take photos of it made my heart feel warm. I was like, this is it. I'm around my people. Like, normally, like, yeah, I mean, I do actually have friends that love food as well. So when we were out, we were all taking pictures of food. But just to be at a long table of like, I would say 20 people, all doing that exact same thing. It was just like kind of very different. Like, I've never experienced that before, and I liked it. It was kind of cool. Like, it kind of reminds me back when I first went to the Melbourne Muggles. This is like a side tangent. Like, I mean, I'm a fan of Harry Potter, and then I joined on Facebook a group for Harry Potter called Melbourne Muggles. I went to one of their meetings, and just being there, I was like, oh my god, I'm not the only one that likes Harry Potter. I mean, like, normally I'm like the one that likes it a lot out of the group, but in this group of Melbourne Muggles, everybody liked it a lot, so it was awesomest feeling. It was really, really cool. Anyway, so I'll just show you some food that they put out. I don't know what this was, but it was spicy but yummy. I think it was like bamboo shoots maybe. And then the edamame came out with a pot, thing on top of it. You take it off, and then there's that. Edamame is this kind of like Japanese pea thing where you eat it and then you leave the outside part and put it in a bowl. Yeah, that's a pro tip. So this is, whoa, nearly dropped. Phone's just shut. That's Sanjay. He's the owner of the restaurant. Okay, that's him there. And I'll talk about that Godzilla picture in the back in a second. Basically, it was cool because he had talks planned throughout the night. It was really, really cool. Like, when I first came to this vloggers night, I didn't know what it would be like. I imagine, in my head, I thought it might be like some real fancy, stuffy kind of thing with people being real official and stuff like that, but it wasn't like that. It was so down to earth, and everyone was just fun and relaxed and chilled, and I loved it. That's exactly the attitude that I love about it. I don't think I want to go to anything too, stifled. You know what I mean? Yeah, so this was perfect. And he was so cool. Like, he was telling his backstory, and I'll tell you it too because I really like it. He was working in finance, and he was all about finance kind of stuff. And he had a friend, right, who was doing IT or something like that. And then this guy just out of the blue, like, decided he's like a Caucasian Australian guy, and he just decided he wanted to make a ramen bar. And then, like, Sanjay's telling his friend, like, this sounds just crazy. Like, the numbers don't add up. This is just gonna fail. But this friend of his, he didn't care. Like, he was like, I don't care, I'm just going to do it. So he went to New Zealand to learn how to make ramen from this, like, pro chef or something like that. Came back and taught people, and this friend of his opened a little ramen bar, and it started selling like 40 bowls a day, went to 60 bowls a day, and just kept getting bigger and bigger, and became really popular and stuff like that. And it became really big, and it's like crazy. And then all of a sudden, his friend decided, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm gonna stop it. And then Sanjay's like, you're crazy, man. Like, and then Sanjay's like, well, if you're just gonna get rid of it, I'll buy it off you. Like, it's like a huge leap of faith, really. Like, he was working in finance, and he said that he was telling us he didn't enjoy it. Like, he goes by the 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he was getting really drowsy and stuff, and just, he wasn't enjoying it. But then he just took a plunge, and he went with this ramen bar, and he got really into it. Like, he bought it first, and he wasn't working there, and he was saying, like, I'm just gonna talk now, basically, and his wife was working there a lot, because his wife, her family has a background of like restaurants and kind of stuff, so she kind of is at home at kind of stuff. He actually mentioned this. He said that when he was just owning that he wasn't working there, he felt like an outsider. Like when he came to the place, he just felt like an outsider. But he goes, but now actually what he is, he's one of the cooks. Like he'll get there early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, start helping to make the ramen. And he goes, now it feels like home to him. Like he loves being here. Like he comes here in his spare time, and that's the kind of stuff I love. Like if I go to a restaurant or a cafe or whatever, I just love places that you can just tell that the owners love the place. You can just tell like it's you don't you just know. Like there's some places that you can tell that they're just trying to make cash. Like you can just tell, you know what I mean. And then there's places you can tell that just love it, attention to detail, everything, you know. And this place, you can tell he loves it. It was so cool. What else can I talk about? Yeah, and so what his friend, the one that initially made the ramen bar, he's actually in Japan at the moment, near some train station. He's opened up a Aussie coffee shop in Japan. That's really cool. Anyways, back to the ramen. Then the night was just so cool, and I was just looking around at like this of the night and going, and these people were really cool. I really liked them as well. And it was so easy to make friends. Like we all got exchanged each other's blogs. And like most of them are on Instagram, so I added them mostly on Instagram and stuff. So it would be easy to keep in touch. It's funny because I logged into a couple of their Instagrams just to quickly look through it, and it's like, oh, they all take photos of food, and yeah, and it just like it's like, yeah, like it warms my heart. Like basically, it's like this like you just feel like a bond because I don't know. You'd understand if you like you meet someone who likes similar things as you. It's like that feeling. So another really cool thing is they had an idea for this. Oh, because you guys initially. Oh, I had a story. Let's just talk about this Godzilla picture. It's by he commissioned a Godzilla picture. I don't know if you can see it. There's a big Godzilla picture there. This person who drew it, Katrina. I think it's Katrina. She's 15 years old. Isn't that awesome? And drew something like that. I think I know her name. Katiana. And she drew that, and then he did an event where she was there, and then she signed it in front of us. Oh, we can watch this on video. So I took a video of it. It's a bit long, so I might not show all of it. Oh, and the pen didn't work as well. They had to shake it a lot or something. Do you feel like you're there? Oh, it's like you get the idea. The picture's damn cool. So basically, for copyright issues, they couldn't exactly make Godzilla, so he just wanted something like that was similar to Godzilla, but it was holding a Sapporo and holding a bowl of ramen, and it has the sign in the background H&M, but he goes, for copyright issue they couldn't write H&M, so they just had the M. It was really funny. But it was a really cool picture. I don't know if I took a full-length shot of it. So it's Katiana. I don't know if I should have asked if this girl had a Instagram account, because it's cool. I love going into like cafes and restaurants and they got art on the wall, just things like that. I love it. Some other stuff they had. Oh, you can go to the shop and check it out. It's a really cozy shop in the city. It's 346 Little Burke Street. Yep, just near Elizabeth Street. So yeah, they had all this ramen for us. They had gyoza, which was really yummy for us to eat. It was so funny, like, yeah, when the food came down, like, everybody around us took photos of it. It was so cool. Everyone waited. Nobody just dug in straight away. Everyone just waited. Because it's funny. Yeah, normally when I go out to eat, sometimes everyone else has to wait for me to take the photo, but here everyone was busy taking the photo. So funny. It was really cool because they would bring out a big bowl of ramen and like 4 of us would just share it and put it into our own bowls. I've never had ramen like that before. It was It was fun. It was really, really fun. But they were so generous. They had bowl after bowl. I think they had to cut back because everyone was getting really full. Like, I think they had 8 different ramens for us to taste or something. I don't know how many ramen it was. It was a lot. But I had a good time. This big pint of Sapporo. Sapporo was so yummy. But there was a type of Sapporo that was so yummy. This one. It's called a Sorachi Ace. This one. It was so yummy. It was like fruity. It was like, oh, it's really, really good. But apparently it's really rare. Like there's not that many bottles in Australia. So if you ever see that one somewhere, give it a try. It was yum. It was really, really good. What else to talk about? Oh, I'll just show some photos now because the rest is just us chatting and having so much fun. It was so much fun. So here are some pictures on the wall that they had. They're like actual authentic Japanese Sapporo ads from the 80s or the 90s or something like that. It's so cool. Let's find some good ones. Because we took some selfies. Okay, here's I think it's Fran. Her name's Fran. She was the person who would divide, because we each got 2 eggs. No, we had 2 eggs, so she divided the eggs into 4. So, like, 4 of us. And she did a really perfect job. Like, really decisive, good cut of an egg. So, that was it. So that's... I remember now. Joanne, Fran, Adam. That was kind of my crew on the end of the table. But there was other people that, because everyone was really friendly, it's just like you can't talk to everyone at once. So then there was these others, ramens. This one's like a seafood one, which is yummy. This one was really cool because I think they call it shoyu or something, shoyu ramen. And then Sanjay walked past and goes, yeah, that's definitely the shoyu because it's got the Naruto sign on it. And he was so proud of it. He goes, everyone loves the Naruto sign it's very popular when they eat it. Can you see it in the middle? If you can't, then I got a closer picture of it. And so this is a selfie we took, or Tim took. Tim's here. he didn't get himself in there. And this is a picture with Sanjay and the rest of us. And this is Sia. Yeah, she's also. They were all. That's Sanjay. He's the owner, and that's supposed to be Godzilla in the background, but we didn't get much of it. And that's the end of the pictures. So I had a really good time. Yeah. And I was just thinking at the whole time going, what am I doing here? Like, this is like, you know how you have your normal life, what you expect it to be, and then you do something like you didn't expect you'd be doing. And it's so much fun. And it's because you made some decisions earlier on or something. I don't know. And you decided to do certain things. I really enjoyed it. And it was funny because at this event, like, I didn't have to do anything differently. I just did everything like I normally would do, like take photos of food, enjoy food, talk about food, recommend food places, talk about food places. It was really cool. Anyways, I had a great time. Yeah, I want to thank them for doing such a good event. They're just such warm and genuine people and stuff like that, the owners of it, and the staff seemed to work really well. And it was really, really cool. And yeah, awesome. So that's all I wanted to say for this vlog, I think. Oh, I'll list out the names in case I ever happen to forget the names of the people that I met. So there's Adam. Oh, I could do shout outs. So if you're interested in checking out some food blogs, hey, how official does this sound? So Adam, he doesn't blog very much anymore, but he used to have one called Totally Addicted to Taste, which I'm pretty sure would be a pun on Totally Addicted to Bass, this old song, I think. But he's also got Instagram called Red Vespa, One Hungry Girl, one.hungry.girl, like the actual full stop, period. That's Pearl's Instagram. Then Frangie Panga is Fran's one. Vala has split the bill on Instagram. Joanna has Joanna RGH. So if you actually say it's Joanna. Tim had Tin Man's Treats. He loves bakery stuff, so he specializes in that. And there's also, I think Fran or some, I'm not sure who had it, but they had a Sisterhood in Collingwood is also a food blog that they had. So if you look that up. Sia is the backstage girl. That's her Instagram. And I think that's all. Becky was Becky Uni. So Beckyy. No, this is what I wrote, so I don't know if it's spelled right. Yunnie, I'm assuming. Cool. So if you look that up, and if you see lots of food, then you've got the right Instagram. And my one is Tunas. You should know that, I hope. And my food blog is tuneats.com. Yeah, that's it. But that's all I really want to say. So hope you enjoyed listening to that. I enjoyed talking about it. I enjoyed going to it. So I just wanted to make a record of it just to remind myself. So if I want to relive the memories. Alright, catch you guys later.